Dear Mom, I have my paid off house, I have investments, I have an amazing sister that you left me, but I have absolutely no self-worth. And I know it's not your fault, but here's some things that I wish you had done. I wish that I understood that my worth had nothing to do with how I looked and how much money I made or how many boys liked me. I wish that you hadn't said that I was pretty only when I dressed up. I wish that I saw you loving yourself. I wish you ever spent any amount of time making yourself happy instead of making everyone else happy. I wish I knew and really understood how important it was to not compare and to not believe movies and books and believe models. I wish we sat down and had conversations about the toxicity that I would see all around me with people pretending to have everything together. I wish that I understood that all parts of my body were worth loving. I didn't have to hack it up in order to try and be more desired. I wish that you had told me that if I did change how I looked, my face, my boobs, my stomach, that people would give me more attention and I would probably make more money, but that didn't mean anything and I shouldn't put any stock in it. I wish you could have warned me that once the internet happened, all I would do is see everyone else have lives that I wanted, and that my job was to remember that my life, that I am whole and complete and that I could be happy, and their happiness had nothing to do with mine. I wish I had therapy way earlier. I wish I saw you being happy with how you looked instead of always exercising and sweating to the oldies with Richard Simmons, even though you didn't like it, just because, not because of your health, but because of wanting to change how you looked. I wish we spent more time talking about how beautiful life is and how amazing nature is and how important mental health is. I wish you told me how hard it was to be an adult. Not that it wouldn't be beautiful, but just because things would happen that wouldn't be easy. It would have prepared me for how not easy things are. I think I thought, I don't know what I thought. I didn't think it would be like this. I didn't think I wouldn't be able to appreciate anything because I would constantly be wondering either when things would fall apart or how to get to the next thing. Like, nothing was ever going to satisfy, nothing will ever satisfy someone. I wish we had talked about how to live in the moment instead of worrying about the past. I wish we had talked about how you can re-regulate and heal from trauma. Yesterday I was at a party and somebody asked me to show them how to pose because they know in every single photo I'm the one who poses. And look, Mom, I figured out the perfect way. Instead of just posing like this, I taught everyone that if you turn to the side, you can hide half of who you are and look really skinny. And if you put your leg out, you give an illusion that they're thinner. And if you turn your body, it makes your chest look bigger. That became my brand. Showing people how to look as beautiful as possible. And I felt like it was teaching people how to feel more confident. And I still think it helps people who refuse to take any photos. But the truth is, I only had to learn that pose out of self-preservation because the idea of sitting here with any type of fat out or taking a picture and my legs looking like this, based on what the people at school said growing up and based on what I've seen everywhere, I can't love this person. I would look at a photo of this person and think, she should just stop eating. And that's what I did at one point. And that's what I still do sometimes. Because I didn't learn. You taught me sticks and stones, and you taught me not to listen to bullies, but saying it to me and me understanding it logically is very different than seeing you practice that. Because if you really didn't care what people thought, then I don't know if you would have worn what you wore or said what you said or exercised the way that you did. So it does kind of matter what people think, right? Do what I say, not what I do, is kind of how I grew up. I know I shouldn't have listened to bullies, but everybody is a bully. It's really hard not to listen when the people telling you not to listen to bullies are listening to them. It's really hard, because if people really didn't care, then why do they wear what they wear and say what they say and post what they post? They care. Everyone cares what people think. So I wish I had learned how to actually not care. But I don't, and I care so much that now when I look at myself, I failed, because why am I not happy? Sometimes I am super happy. I found things I love to do. You'd be so proud of me. I love line dancing. I love taking pictures and playing with the kids. But why, Mom, do I have a paid off house, a rental property, a lot in investments, a really big heart, the long hair, the big boobs? Like, I have so much of it. Other people say that once they get, they'll be happy, but I'm not. It feels like I have failed at life, which means at some point I believed that there was some thing that I would achieve that meant that I succeeded. I don't know why I can't just be happy with what I have. And it makes me sad and scared for my kids and for their kids, because it's only getting worse. People are so busy they can't have the important conversations, so they don't want to. Kids are growing up with technology, and it's even worse there. People are changing how they look with a click of a button. People are pretending that they made $10,000 overnight. We have 18-year-olds who are millionaires from hard work, and that's fine, but we also have 18-year-olds pretending to be millionaires, so the 18-year-olds just graduating already feel like failures, and they're behind. I don't know what I need. I know that what I wish I had long before now was a sense of self-love, was self-love, and more confidence. And I don't know what to do or how to fix what's happening now, so I read all the books, and I go to Codependence Anonymous, and I do the work. I study human design and astrology, and I am doing my best. I'm a lawyer. I'm a certified neuroscience coach. I'm all of the things. I did all the things. But I woke up this morning wondering why I look in the mirror and think, something is just not, that I'm just not good enough. I think maybe it's because I'm not married. Maybe it's because I believe that if I was worth having, then someone would have me. But I fought that, Mom. I didn't let anyone have me that didn't deserve me. So that's why I'm not married. And I'm proud of that. But it's really hard to feel alone. And I don't have a lot of friends, Mom. I don't know why. I have a lot of online people. But last night I didn't have anyone to hang out with on a night that I ended up alone accidentally. I don't know why. I don't know why I don't feel like I can rest or have peace. And sometimes I feel so happy that these moments are just poppycock. maybe I need dopamine. Maybe I'm sure people would say I'm unregulated, right? Like, who knows what it is? There's a bunch of letters I can blame for it. OCD, BPD, ADHD. I mean, I don't know what it is. I know that when I'm inspired and I have something to do or look forward to, that I focus on that, but I'm chasing that high and that dopamine because it's distracting from the stillness, because in the stillness and the silence is when I am most present to who I am, and I just don't understand why I am the way that I am. Why do I overanalyze? Why do I blow up? Why is every situation that I'm involved in complicated? I thought it was a good thing. I see every possible option and I try to plan to avoid, and I know this is from my trauma, but I just try to avoid the problems in the future, which means trying to overanalyze and figure out every possible outcome so that no one gets hurt, so that no one dies, right? That's what this is all from. But in doing that, I take away the peace of the present because I focus on the future. And I know that I'm doing it, so that's what's even worse. I'm present to all of the things that I'm doing. And I can't stop it. And I don't want to shut it off by, doing drugs or drinking. I don't do drugs or drink. And I don't do it because if I'm like this normally, I can't imagine what I'd be like. The point is, I don't really know how to turn off the noise. And I don't want to just zone out with Netflix. I'm trying to release control and give it to God. I'm trying. But I feel mad at you. I'm mad that I'm like this because I feel like, and you did your very best. We all do our very best. I know that. As a parent, I know I'm doing my best, and my kids are still going to think that I fucked them up. But I feel like more could have been done by you telling me how not easy things can be, but how they'll be worth it, and how to get through the situations, how to love your body and know your worth. Please. I wish we could go back and you could tell me that over and over every single day. And I wish you said it until I believed it. So much so that every time someone said or did something opposite, I didn't believe them. Because the truth, Mom, is that every time someone said something that made me think I wasn't enough, after enough people said it, that's what I believed. That's what I believe. And now I have people who tell me that I'm, so beautiful and such a kind person. But it's really hard to change that neural pathway that tells me that that's not true. And then the cherry on the cake, Mom, is that you died at 43 and I'm 39. So if I only have 4 more years, I don't want to feel like I spent it so sad. So I make everything a party. Everything's a party, Mom. Every occasion is a party because I want to show a life well lived. But even in doing that, I'm still trying my best to prove something to other people. Even after death, I'm trying to control my legacy after death. Mom, I love you. I know you love me. It's really hard to be a girl. It's really hard. As you age, your body doesn't get better unless you spend a lot of money changing how you look. And if you eat a cookie, you gain so much weight. A lot of times, men just want a younger one and a newer one, so how do you trust any of them? It's hard to make friends. It's really, really hard to make friends. I don't like a lot of people, right? And a lot of people don't like me, so that's part of it. But like 39, when you don't drink and you don't smoke and you want to stay out of the sun because they say it's bad for you, like, what do? You moved us to Florida, Mom. You can't eat anything because everything makes you sick now. Or it might make you sick in the future. You don't know. I don't know. But I know that when I woke up this morning, objectively, I have it all together. And I don't And I just feel like part of this could have been prevented. But my job isn't to blame the past. My job is to recognize it now and do what I can to change it. And I am trying. But it's scary and hard, and I wish you were here. I wish you loved yourself more publicly. I wish I felt like you were happier, because then I wouldn't be trying my best to not die unhappy like you did. Because that's what I feel happened, and that's what I'm most afraid of. So, I'm probably never going to post this. But I hope one day I have the courage to, because I'm hoping that moms help their girls, and that they also allow their inner child to hear that other grown-up girls just like them, because that's what we are, right? We're all just little girls who grew up in we're just big 8-year-olds in bigger bodies. I'm hoping that moms hear this for their little girls, and that the grown-up little girls like me hear that not everyone has it put together, and not to believe what you see. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. What's real and what's happening right now. Nothing else is happening. I'm sitting on my floor, recording into a mirror, kind of crazy, and crying because I need to get it out. I am sad, and I need to sit in the feeling. And it hasn't been working, so now I'm journaling the feeling. And right now, the thing I want the most is for other people to see what's real. I feel like a happy, bubbly, excited person. I love a new business venture because my brain equates productivity and success to worth. So I have like 9,000 irons in the fire right now. My life seems put together. I look cute in a photo. But I woke up this morning just so sad about who I am. And that happens, and that's okay. We need the down to appreciate the up. The goal isn't overwhelming happiness, it's contentment, right? But I don't feel like anybody's real anymore. I don't. And I feel like the sad people, I'm not on TikTok, but like, I know there's probably like a sad talk. Those people probably get canceled, or I don't even know if that word is still a thing, but maybe someone somewhere will see this video and realize it is okay and normal to be sad. And that it happens even to those influencers who you see that seem so happy. I have body dysmorphia. I look in the mirror and all I see is a lard. Every time I look up, all I see is this arm. That's why I don't have it pressed. I have it out because God forbid anyone thought that I had extra weight. I don't have a social media presence for the most part because I'm terrified of trolls and of people just posting how I should just go eat a donut. It doesn't matter how little I eat or how much weight I lose. It's all I hear and see from years of it. But I'm going to close this video and then go outside, and I'm going to sit on the grass and ground myself. Take several deep breaths. Learn meditation techniques that I wish I had learned so much earlier. Breathe in the air and listen to the trees. And then I'm going to do something outside and help reset and find joy in today. And then I'll find joy in tomorrow and joy in the next day. And I'll be thankful and grateful for it until another moment like this happens. But these moments and suffering in silence, they're not helping anyone. They're not helping me either. So I hope that I can help someone by saying, this is real life. I don't care how long your hair is, how big your boobs are, how much money you make, how put together you are, how many self-help books you've devoured, how many friends you have, how many followers. I don't care about any of that. I care that when you're sitting alone with yourself, you're happy. And if you're not, then you need to sit alone with yourself some more and find a way to be happy, because that's all that is going to matter at the end of the day. None of that other stuff. In 50 years, you will not give one shit how many roles you had when you were 39. You won't. You'll look back and think that you looked better than anyone has ever looked in the face of the earth. Like, damn, that was me. I look great. I'm proud of myself that I didn't hide my body and I got to wear the bikini. Like, But those sad moments happen, and they're normal. And it doesn't mean that you have to give up. It doesn't mean you have to get medicated. For some people, that's totally fine. But I think at some point we have a responsibility to show people this side and normalize it instead of hiding it and waiting until the next happy moment, because that's what I do. I shut down and isolate. I do have friends that I could reach out to, but I don't want to bring them down, so I don't reach out and I hide. So this video is my first attempt at not hiding what's going on in my head and my heart. And again, I don't know that I'll ever post it. It's long, so I don't know that anyone would ever watch it or how to even upload something that long, but we need to do better for little girls. We can love and appreciate our moms, but also recognize that more could have been done. And we need to step up for ourselves, because we're all just still little girls. I just want someone to pick me and like me, and I want to pick myself and like myself. So just do the next right thing, right? I'm going to go outside into nature, because I don't know how to fix this. I can't just be fixed overnight. I'm not broken. I don't have to be fixed, but I don't know immediately how to just feel like a winner, read those self-help books and feel like $1 million. I don't know how to do that immediately, but I know that the next right thing is for me to put down this evil little box and be outside and be present to this beautiful world. And I wish that you taught me that that was so important. I love you. I just want to love me too. And I'm not fully there yet, but I will get there.